Hello, 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 and welcome to episode 42 of the Cooler Guild. I am Coop Cooper, and joined with me, as always, is my co-host, Van Crisp.
Hi.
We're recording on Thursday, August 14th, 2025. On today's episode, we'll have to go over the rain getting burned in Portland, both in the heat and in the result, and what went wrong in Poop City. I wasn't going to say that, but
I laughed out loud when I read that in the intro.
We'll wrap things up with a quick roundup of NWSL results, highlights, as well as preview the Rain's next match.
And also introduce a new segment.
Yeah.
Woo woo.
Party on.
So there is a reason to listen today, because none of us want to relive what happened.
That's myself included. First, some housekeeping to take care of before we get into it.
The Cooler Guild is part of the Sounder at Heart podcast network. You can either listen to us on our public feed, or if you're a Sounder at Heart subscriber, on the private unified feed with the other podcasts on the network. If you'd like to become a subscriber, just listen to our page at sounderatheart.com/the Cooler Guild. New subscribers get 10% off the normal rate, and you'll help support everything we're doing.
We haven't had a new subscriber in a while, so if you've thought about doing it, this is a good month to do that. So get on it. So we're delayed on recording for a multitude of reasons. We were going to record on Monday, and then there was a heat wave, and we also felt like shit because of the game.
I really feel like I was emotionally exhausted to the point where it was worse than my last breakup.
Yeah, I don't know if I felt that way. I was kind of just like, I just want to pretend like it didn't happen.
Yeah, I'm too invested. I had to get over it.
Did you do anything for the last few days to kind of ease your troubles?
Played some cribbage. Been reading a new book, so been into that. And I've been watching British crime shows.
Yeah, nothing new there.
No, what about you? Oh, I did hang out with my sister. I mean...
Huh. Your audio's cut out.
Like it's not working at all?
Did you say anything?
Just now?
About your sister?
No.
Oh.
I said just hanging out with you and my sister.
I thought you had something else to say about your sister, and I was like, well, the mic's broke.
No, I just ended it there.
Wow, all right. Did you ask me what I did?
Yeah.
What did I do? So Monday, which we had planned this, but then because Alex had like a haircut late, we went and footed down one of the rivers by our house for the first time.
Nice.
Yeah.
You have an inner tube?
Yeah, we have inner tubes. We had them from when we lived in Portland, but we haven't scoped out anything here. But Alex drove by a park a few days ago or whatever during one of the other days of the heat wave and saw a guy with his family going down the river and was like, "Where do you guys go?" And he's just like, "Oh, we just park up there and drive one car there." You know, the typical stuff you do with the floating down the river. But there was no current really for a lot of it. So it was like a lazy river, but maybe not even really lazy. It was barely moving. But it was kind of nice because it was kind of around like sunset, and so the birds were not at sunset, but as it was getting close to sunset, all the birds were flying around crazy right above us and stuff, and there was nobody really else out there. So that was cool, except for whatever reason, the river wouldn't pick up me very well. It would pick up the other people I was with, Alex and her friend.
So you're just lagging behind.
Yeah, I had to fucking really paddle myself. I don't know if it's just because I'm more compact and square shaped. I don't know. Because her coworker is much longer, maybe more aerodynamic. I'm not sure what the deal was, but I was really struggling to keep up a little bit.
I just imagine you sitting in an inner tube way behind everybody, guys, wait up. Paddling. I
mean, I was dealing with it, but we had two different types of inner tubes, and there's one of them that I can't sit in because I'm too small. I'll fall through it. So yeah, I don't not look like a child in it. Anyways, let's get on with this bullshit that we have to talk about. We're not doing a match recap because who cares? fuck this game. This is a hot mess
in more ways than one.
By all accounts. Yeah.
So we lost 4-2.
Yeah.
What sucked was that they so much fucking false hope 3 minutes in.
Yeah, I mean, it was quick. I mean, I feel like it was dashed pretty quickly. I mean, yeah, false hope, sure. But then, I
guess we can go over, what times the goals were scored. 3rd minute, Reign went ahead 1-0. Portland got a penalty in the 19th
Bug.
minute, because Bug took a player down in the box. And then we got scored on again in the 26th minute off a corner. So we went into halftime down 2-1. Second half, we got scored on again in the 55th minute. Portland scored on a set piece, so we were down 3-1. And then we made a little bit of a comeback off a gorgeous goal. We were like,
it was a really fucking good goal.
It was a great goal. It was a fantastic goal. And we were like, oh, okay, like maybe there is some life in this match. To just literally...
No, we weren't, because
2 seconds later,
we thought that.
It was a fleeting...
I mean, it did
scored in the 64th minute,
that.
and then we got scored on in the 65th minute. It did stop.
After that, so, like, because it could have just really I mean, you don't ever want to give up 4 goals. You don't ever want to give up 4 goals to your rivals, but, like... For the way things were going, I feel like Portland could have really fucking just embarrassed the shit out of us even more. And luckily, I guess that didn't happen, given, I don't know, I guess our subs maybe were somewhat helpful in that regard, if you want to call it that. I got a general note. I guess I just want to, after this game, the Reign are now in 6th place in the standings on 24 points. We're 1 point now behind Portland. And we're only 3 points out from being tied on points for 2nd place. I don't think we would be in 2nd, even if we got tied up just because of the, tiebreakers and stuff. But, we're still in a good place.
Yeah.
Could be worse. This was a game that, like, I wish they would have been able to take advantage of it, obviously, but...
do you want to go to the positives and then we can start bitching about it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Obviously, the positive number 1 is Fishlock's diving header. That was nuts. I don't know how you let someone who's... I think she's like 5'2", 5'3", get that open. But that was great to see her doing something against Portland, because she does love playing them. And the other positive that goes along with that is that we scored multiple goals. We did lose,
and the first one, her pass on the first goal was incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Just curling it around the defense to Adames, who was running in. So the goals we did score were quality, and the goals we gave up were our own fault.
Yeah, they were total ass.
The other positive I found... I literally have never seen a goalkeeper get scored on 4 times and have a 7.8 rating on FOTMob.
Yeah. Their XG was like really high. So like they buried all of the chances that they were given, basically, that were like easy. Like they didn't have any like insane quality, just like finding a goal out of nothing.
Dickey made some really good saves too. It's really hard to have a good game when nobody else is helping you. Truly. And so I thought she played well for what she was given.
Yeah. Another positive I put is Portland are actually, this is kind of a fun fact. This is like, I just found this out. Portland is actually going to be up for an Oscar for their diving and their acting skills. So congrats to them. Well done. Representing the Northwest in the best way possible. And the last positive, also, I mean, we don't have many, obviously. We're playing Chicago next at home.
Yay!
I'll take it. I think that's an opponent you would want after a shit show like this. So,
yeah.
Any other positives?
No.
I think the away fans. Let's say the away fans. We'll shout out those. But yeah, negatives. Everything basically after the 3rd minute.
Really, though.
They like couldn't hold the fucking ball at all. Like every single pass was just getting disrupted. Like they just looked fucking exhausted, which there was reasons for that.
But you're also playing a team that's dealing with the same weather.
Yeah.
The same environment, everything else that's happening. So I think lack of overall quality to a game you can attribute to, but like one single team. I don't think it's an excuse. I think it was just a trash day for the team.
Yeah, probably the worst game that this could have happened with, too.
It felt like every pass was going to the other team, had trouble winning the ball back. The marking wasn't good. And, Phoebe McLaren, who's played in every single game for like 100 years, wasn't there. And the team looked like they had no fucking clue what they were doing in the back line.
Yeah.
We talk about how good Jordan Bugg is. Is she only good when Phoebe McLaren's with her?
Yeah, when she's got a center back vet with her. Maybe. This was definitely a bad game for her. I mean, Sophia Huerta was playing back there with her, and that's not where I would want to see Sophia Huerta either. I don't think that helped. I don't think anything helped back there. It was all because, like, I going into this game, I feel like we were like, great, let's start seeing where to start to send some balls in, maybe start getting some more chemistry building with Hyden and everything like that. And there was like no opportunity for that because of McLaren not being available. And I had said this, however many episodes again, when we were talking about like transfers or whatever we want to see in the summer window, I literally said, like, if McLaren goes down or something like that, we're going to have a bit of a situation in the back line. And here we are. Doesn't sound like it's long term, but
I think it was helpful when Lou Barnes came in.
Mm-hmm.
It just sucks that she's not game fit enough to play an entire match.
Yeah, and I feel like that was always going to be a possibility, just given where she is in her career, right?
Yeah.
So this is like why I wanted to see us maybe find another center back. So it's a little irritating to me I know we're like capped out with our roster spots and all that stuff, so there wasn't really any room to bring somebody in, but there was some other defensive moves and shifts that I think we could have seen maybe a little bit earlier.
Yeah. And for all of Fishlock's great play, the midfield itself between Meza, Menti, and Fishlock was awful.
Yeah, it was abysmal.
And I said this, I think the last episode, maybe it was the one before, I don't know, about Sally Menti and how she has some really brilliant moments, but also was making mistakes, but we weren't getting punished with her mistakes. We got punished with her mistakes this match.
Yeah, it seemed like, Harvey was clearly like, the lineup came out and Harvey was willing to give the young players a chance. They did not rise to the occasion.
They sure shit did not.
Which, like, I guess it's hard to do when it's that kind of weather and temperature and the conditions and everything else factored in. And I don't know, like, how many rookies. They had a rookie score, right? So, like, I don't know. Like, I would be curious to see, like, the experience in NWSL years between the two starting lineups. That's something I maybe should have looked up before this. But yeah, I it wasn't the game for our young players. It finally kind of caught up to them with their lack of experience.
Yep. It was not enjoyable to watch.
Not at all. Especially when we're in the press box in Portland and someone in the press box from Portland's just fucking clapping a lot in a place where you're not supposed to really be doing that. Just, not fun.
It was an experience.
Yeah. I'm not going to try to, we can talk about outside of this podcast of how shitty it was, but what else did you take from what went wrong?
Everything went wrong, really. I think there was a lack of organization in the defensive line. We locked ourselves in every time we got the ball because they weren't making passes to skip lines. Because you saw anytime we had any sort of like forward momentum and we're getting into dangerous areas, it was because someone in the midfield's absolutely switching it, right? And playing Curry far up on the right-hand side. But the little dinky midfield passes were just getting lost. And we kept going backwards with the ball constantly.
Yeah, and Portland I wouldn't say they have a good defense.
No.
So, like, I don't know. It's tough for me because I was like, part of me was like, I saw these subs come on. I'm like, why didn't they start? But at the same time, like, do I want them coming on for this like fucking hell on earth game? Because the season is long, right? Like, we still have we're in the second half of the season. But I also like, you should want to put out the best lineup you can possibly put out in against Portland. And I don't know if it was a fitness thing or whatever it was. And I get the sentiment of wanting to start your young players and all that stuff. And it has worked several times this season. But I don't know, man. I would have, like, where was Lynn? Like, I feel like I would rather have had Lynn starting, personally. Yeah. I don't know. It's frustrating. It's a really frustrating thing to see.
And it's frustrating when you have a team that puts themselves in a hole and then puts players on to try and climb out of it.
Yeah.
It feels, I do not coach this team. I rarely know what I'm talking about. But as a fan, I would rather see a strong starting lineup and playing the players as long as they can and trusting the players you're going to bring on to hold the score that your best lineup got you.
Yeah.
Instead of what we're doing, which I feel like is, hey, you guys start, and then whatever happens, we'll bring players on and try and fix it. Why create that problem in the first place? That's my question.
Yeah, it's tough because like they don't give up that stupid goal right after, like the last goal or whatever that they gave up. And it could have been entirely different. Like we could be sitting here talking about how like, oh, it was so great to save our subs, right?
Yeah.
Because I think that they have a 1-goal deficit that late, and you know, all you need is one to at least get a point out of this fucking crazy game. And I think that would have felt like a win. So lapse, I think this comes down to lapses, mental lapses, and you can definitely attribute that to the Heat. But like a minute after, really? Less than a minute after?
It was like less than a minute after.
Yeah. I just don't get it. This is the kind of shit they were doing early in the season. I thought they had kind of gotten over.
This is the shit they were doing last year.
Yeah. I mean, I guess this is just like a reality check to some extent. I would say maybe it's kind of, I don't know, hopefully a good learning experience for everybody, because this is an embarrassing result. It could have been worse, but certainly they're not going to be happy about, I would say, anything besides the 2 goals.
Yeah.
And hopefully they just don't let it happen again. Okay.
Yeah. If I ever, I just don't want to have to do, at least we don't play Portland again this season. We beat them once.
Yeah.
We lost the second time.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah.
It was another thing being there and being around Portland people who are acting like they just fucking won the championship.
They don't have a lot in that city, so it's like, you know.
I wonder if their attendance is going to drop once the Portland Fire, the WNBA team, joins.
I mean, probably a little bit, I would imagine. I mean, WNBA is a great product, and I do think there's a very good basketball scene out there. So maybe. Also,
people talk about that stadium and how great it is, the Portland Stadium. The side that we were on looked crappy. The bathrooms were like 100 years old.
I mean, it is over 100 years old.
It felt like it was falling apart half the time.
I mean, you can only do so much. It's a Frankenstein stadium.
Yeah.
So that's just, it is what it is. It's a fucking baseball stadium trying to pretend that it's a soccer stadium. They like it. They think it's quirky. I don't. But you know, like it suits them. That's all I think about it. It's like they can't do anything better. What else would they do? Like they don't have anywhere else to do something that wouldn't. I don't know. The convenience of it, I think, is good though. I do like where it's at.
So there was a post-match press conference in person.
Yeah.
And we were alerted pre-match.
Yeah.
That it was going to be kind of thrown together because the Thorns do not have access to the other press room anymore because they are not owned by the Timbers anymore, who have control of the stadium, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And so part of their lease agreement with the Timbers, they don't have access to this other room.
Or like a lot of rooms. Like they could have maybe found even somewhere that's not a press room, but like they don't have access to those places. So we were put in a hallway.
In front of some bathrooms.
Yeah, it was interesting. If you go watch the presser, like you can see like the players, they didn't have it kind of blocked off. Like there's a hallway like that was going in, so like the doors just kept opening and people weren't being respectful or mindful of like the fact that there was a press conference going on inside of there. But you could see like Jess Fishlock like in who else was in it?
Madison Curry.
Yeah, Curry. They were both just like staring to their like right because it was just so fucking distracting. Eventually they kind of blocked it off and made sure people weren't being so noisy and coming through for the Harvey part of it. But
yeah, shout out to Sarah from the Rain Comms team for doing the best with what she was given.
Yeah, she did. I think she did a very good job with that. Yeah, what did you get from the pressers?
For Frischlock and Curry, it seemed that same sentiment that we felt, like it just wasn't good enough.
They looked like hot. And I'm not talking like just temperature wise. They looked like they did. They came in and I was just like, I can't believe, like, I was up there sweating in the shade in the press box, and like they had to be on the fucking field for that shit, running around. I mean,
I saw somebody in the Discord say that somebody had put one of those heat gun readers things on the pitch, and it was like 170 something degrees.
Yeah, I was curious on what that was, because that turf is fucking atrocious in the heat. And like the first comment I think that like Fishlock talked about when someone asked her a question was just like, on turf specifically in these temperatures, it's just like your feet are on fire.
Yeah, I've played on hot turf before. It is awful.
Yeah. This is kind of why I don't want to get too carried away with like losing hope with this game, because this is not going to be the conditions they're playing in week to week,
right?
Especially come playoff time.
And every time it feels like we've had a result that could have been better, I will say, the next game has looked better.
So hopefully there's no heat wave. I guess we're playing Monday in Seattle. Don't think there's supposed to be a heat wave. So yeah. Anyways, back to the presser.
Yeah, I mean, they talked about Fishlock and Curry combining for that awesome goal. And, you know, that's kind of what they were wanting to do all game. It just didn't kind of come to fruition. People asked about the young players and how that was. And, you know, it was a test for them. They didn't pass. And you move on and you try and get a better result in your next match. Nobody could really answer why it was so bad. And I think that, you know, it wasn't just one bad goal that was given up. It was 4.
Yeah.
And so you can't super pinpoint, you know, like this one moment in the game where, you know, things just weren't clicking and you got scored on. It was the whole match.
I mean, it was set pieces though, right?
Yeah.
Which is something that they can, I would think, easily clean up. But when I said things to watch for with this match beforehand, it's upsetting to me that this is how we lose, when like I do think everyone knew that like you have to look out for Portland, and they're diving and they're trying to draw fouls constantly, because at least one of these goals came from definitely, I wouldn't say it was a foul. The penalty definitely was a penalty. I'll agree with that. But like this was Portland's game plan. They want to draw fouls so they can take set pieces and score on you.
Yeah.
And they played in Portland's hand with that. Like, be more careful. Or like, if you're gonna do that, like line up better defensively at least.
Do something,
anything.
Try harder. I mean, I'm kind of out of things to say.
Yeah, I think we can move on. It sucked. Harvey didn't enjoy it either. It sucked. Final thoughts? Do you have any final thoughts you want to say?
I never want to think about this again, so no.
Okay, great. Thanks for tuning in. See you guys. All right. What do we got next?
Cooler player of the match?
Yeah. Cooler Player of the Match is brought to you by The Doctor's Office, a great little 12-seat bar on Capitol Hill. The owner is a big fan of the rain and is proud to be our very first sponsor. I will say, is this a Cooler Player of the Match, or is this like the less hot, most player who's on most on fire match?
I don't know. I want to give this to Fishlock, but I feel like we should give it to the traveling away fans.
I don't want to do that, just because imagine how bad this would be if Fishlock wasn't playing.
Fair.
If Fishlock, I mean, like this 4-0 would have been an embarrassment. And had we not at least had the quality and experience of Fishlock playing in these rival matches, it would have been, I might have had to stop being a soccer fan. So
okay, I hear your logic and I agree with it. So the cooler player of the match, or the hottest player of the match for this game is Jess Fishlock.
Congrats.
Her first
ever. Fun fact. If you want some Cooler Guild trivia for you, yeah, wish it was under better circumstances. Thanks again to our sponsor, The Doctor's Office. The Doctor's Office is the best place to grab a drink before or after a rain match. Swing by today and try their limited edition White Lotus cocktail, a white Negroni with pineapple Suze. I tried to look up how to pronounce this. It's a French thing. Suze. Shiz is like there's like a weird U in it. Anyways, it's a white Negroni with pineapple shiz, Plymouth gin, dry vermouth, and saline. The first sip will have you feeling the island breeze in your hair, or at least what's left of it from pulling all your hair out from the weekend's match. Sounds like a really refreshing thing to have after this fucking shit show of a game. Check out the doctor's office Instagram at TDO Seattle, or better yet, go drink there in person. Cheers.
Cheers.
Do you want to introduce your new little segment?
Yeah, so I thought it'd be fun to add in, as a nerd myself. I do love trivia, not necessarily bar trivia, Jeopardy trivia. I thought it'd be good to do a Rain trivia question each episode. So I will give you the Rain trivia question, and if you'd like, and answer it by adding us on Bluesky, answering the question, and maybe we'll get a shout out in the next episode.
I was like, you can also, if you wanted to, you could go make an Instagram post.
I could.
Okay.
Yeah. So our first Rain trivia question, you'll get the answer next week. And there's two parts to this one. There is a main question, and then there is a bonus.
For this
So the question is, since we're playing Chicago, shout out Steve, who thought this would be very appropriate, and I agree. Seattle and Chicago were involved in the first trade in NWSL history. What player was the trade for?
Find out next week.
And for the extra credit part of this question, who did Chicago select in 2014 in the college draft with the pick that they received?
Find out next week. Sound like a robot. Yeah, so go on our socials, and I don't know, do you want to like make a post and then people can reply to it too?
Sure. Yeah, we can do that.
The Cooler thing. You can figure it out. It's your gig. Fun little thing. See what you come up with next week.
And this is a cool little trivia thing. I'm learning along with everyone because it is really hard to find NWSL historical kind of data.
You got any? Do you have anything else before we jump into the other NWSL results?
I do not.
Okay.
I'm excited to know if anybody knows the answer to this, but we can move on.
I would not have known. I wasn't like that big of a nerd into like these kinds of things until like later in my adult years with being like super nerd with sports.
Thank you for listening to the Sounder at Heart Podcast Network, which now includes No Sarietes, Lobbing Scorchers, and the Cooler Guild. We've been independent since August of 2023, but need your support to make sure it continues. Although this podcast is free, it's only made possible by your continued support. Memberships start as low as $25 a year, which not only helps make podcasts like this one happen, but also gets you access to everything we produce. If you're able to support us at higher levels, starting at $75 a year, you gain access to a host of other perks, most notably entry into our members-only Discord, where the smartest, funniest, and most engaged commenters share their thoughts and ideas. To find out more, just visit sounderatheart.com and click the subscribe button in the top right corner. Thanks for listening.
So NWSL results. This is kind of a fun stat I found out. There's only been 2 wins in the last 25 matches for the bottom 5 teams.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I was looking at it on FOTMob, and so they have the standings, and then you can see like the last 5 results of all the teams, and I only saw 2 wins. So like the teams in the bottom right now: Bay FC, Angel City FC, Houston, Chicago, Utah, and the only 2 wins that came in the last 5 weeks were Houston and Bay. Houston being the one recently. Woof. I mean, that's so bad. Like if you're not beating those teams, it's a bad sign for you.
Yeah.
So hopefully I don't eat my words next week. God,
with our luck.
I know, for real. First result, Houston versus North Carolina. Houston won that 2-1. Shout out Sophie Schmidt again. Subbed on in the 85th minute, scored 90+5 goal to win the game with an assist from Yasmin Ryan.
Clutch.
Super clutch.
She is still clutch.
Yeah, amazing that she's still doing this many years later. Incredible. Utah took on KC. They lost only by 1 goal though.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess
they really
KC,
hunkered down.
They did, and that goal was like a little bit of a lapse from Utah. I wouldn't say offensively, Utah, you're having a lot of optimism there after losing Ally Sentnor or selling Ally Sentnor. But like, I would have thought this game was going to be much, much worse for Utah. So
It could have been, yeah.
Yeah. Did you watch the Gotham Spirit game that was a 0-0 draw?
I did.
Okay. What'd you see?
So there was a red card, I think at like 30th minute.
Uh-huh.
And I didn't think it was a red card.
I did go find that play to see.
What did you think? So what am I trying to say? I just lost my train of thought.
Jace, so there was like a ball coming, like it was near the sideline, right? So Jace was like she was definitely late to it. She was nowhere near the ball. I will say that. She was nowhere near the ball. The ball was gone.
Like the player took a touch away. Yeah. And she was like, it looked like she was trying to like catch up, and just like her step cleated a player in the Achilles.
And it wasn't like super fast either.
And it didn't seem malicious.
No, it was no.
It was just like a misstep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And got tangled up, and her cleat just came down.
I mean, she did step on it. So that's the part where I was like, I can see why they gave the red. I thought it was harsh.
I can see why, but I think it's harsh.
Yeah, I thought it was harsh too.
Because there's plenty of other things in this league that can be red cards that don't get called.
It's true. It's true. Yeah. Consistency in the calls. That's to make it make sense.
And honestly, Gotham looked better with 10 players.
Yeah, the highlights that I saw, Spirit really just they had a chance to get 3 points, and they didn't at all take it.
No.
I saw people talking about the field there, and I went and saw
it looked bad.
It was like dry as fuck,
patchy
as fuck. They had like some event there recently, right? Some events and stuff. I don't know. Not good. Everyone always talks about grass is so great when it is maintained by someone who actually knows what they're doing, and there's no other events there. So I'm not on board the grass. The grass is always greener, obviously. Between this and San Diego. Orlando, Louisville, 1-1 draw. There's a lot of draws this weekend. In fact, there's only 2 no draws, or 3.
This is kind of a heartbreaker, honestly.
Yeah. But okay, so there's an own goal at the end that was in favor of Orlando. Ari Borges got, first of all, what was she doing? So there was a cross set piece in, Carson Pickett laid it in. Love that for Carson Pickett. But she laid in a cross, and then like the defender like went to head the ball, but she also turned her head towards the goal to head the ball.
It made no sense.
So you kind of did that to yourself.
Did she get confused and think she was on the other end?
Yeah, she just needed to turn the other way, or like just jump up, but she turned her head, and I'm like, oh no.
So it ended up in a 1-1 draw. San Diego, Angel City.
Great news, everyone. Another fun fact for everybody. This is 2 weeks in a row that Alana Kennedy has scored. If you all remember, she scored last week for the Reign.
Jesus.
But hey, this goal, at least, this is a bit of a redemption for her for the own goal that she got.
It got them a point out of it because they were losing 1-0.
Yeah, 90+2 got that goal, so good for her. Does she always keep beat up in every single game?
I feel like it. The girl has the worst luck.
Yeah, I feel like every time I see highlights of her, she's just like, her face is getting knocked and shit, and I'm just like, Jesus. She's just like I don't know, what's the word? She's just like always present, always in space, and you can't avoid her. I don't know.
Omnipresent.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. Did you watch the highlights? You corrected my mistake there, but the Chicago Bay FC game, I wanted to talk about this. I don't know if you were wanting to talk about this.
Yeah, I also thought it was weird, and then I saw your note. They did a weird like mid-game interview,
which I already hate. Mal Swanson, but yeah,
or Swanson.
Should be Pew because she was promoting there.
Yeah. And she goes on this weird thing. She's wearing this ill-fitting army jacket. Like, it literally says Army in the big letters on the front. And she's talking about like the league collab with Army and like designing these jackets. And in the middle of this interview with picture in picture, BFC scores.
It's so awkward.
It's really awkward.
And also, from what I had read on the internet, everyone loves facts from the internet. This isn't the first time that Mal Swanson has gone on during broadcast and like promoted the military with some propaganda. I don't like to see this from the league. Like kind of the reason I have switched a lot more of my time and allegiances towards the NWSLs because there's a lot of this military propaganda and peddling for whatever they want for like the NFL and like MLB or whoever. Like they've always got these weird propaganda things paid for by the US government or like Department of Defense or whatever. And I just don't feel like there's it's gross to me. It's weird. It's gross. And I also just think for the NWSL, it doesn't make any sense given what this administration has been trying to change within the military. It's very anti-women. It's very anti-LGBT. I don't get why the league is promoting it. I don't think it's a coincidence that this happened on CBS, though.
No, not at all.
I don't know.
It just seems to be very, very tone deaf.
Yeah, and I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It seems like anytime Mallory Swanson has like time off or isn't able to play, she's just like, how can I like get involved to promote the military? And I'm just like, this isn't the place for that. That's your own. You can do that on your own social media. I don't think we should be doing that on this.
Like, go throw a soccer camp for like kids on military bases or something.
Sure.
Like, fine, go do that. I don't want to see it on my TV.
No. It's not. It's a really, really strange time to be doing that too.
Yeah, like I said, it just seems tone deaf. I don't like it. I did have one note from this match.
Okay.
Alyssa Nair can still move.
Yeah.
Her feet are still quick. There's one save that she made where she got all the way across goal and slid with her leg out and saved a shot, which was really impressive.
Good for her. I mean, it sucks she's still in Chicago. But this was a Chicago win. As we know, any draw Chicago gets is a Chicago win. So
any point for Chicago is a win.
Are they still in last place? I feel like I already know the answer to this. Oh, they're not.
No. Congrats,
Chicago. All those wins. The Chicago wins are moving you up. Slowly but surely you have the bottom team is 14th place is Utah with 6 points, and Chicago is in 13th with 8 points. And then Houston's above them with 15. So, maybe not slowly but surely, but at least they'll stick above Utah maybe. Okay, I think that's pretty much all we got for the NWSL for last week. We got another game coming up. Speaking of Chicago, we don't want to give them a Chicago win. I want to beat this team. We're playing them, Chicago Stars, Monday, August 18th, 7 p.m., Lumen Field. They've also got a sick deal if you don't have tickets already. You can get 2 beers and 2 tickets for like $40.
Yeah.
And those beers are like fucking $15 or something crazy. So it's basically free beer.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So go get your tickets for that.
We all try to kind of forget the last time we played them because we should have won. Mm-hmm. But then they got Ludmila.
Isn't it Ludmila?
Ludmila. Sorry.
We figured, yeah, they got Ludmila. That was also the game that was at Soldier Field. So again, another weird condition thing. But we're at home. Hopefully we're comfortable there.
God. We got to get a win at home. Our home results have not been up to par.
Yeah. Chicago's recent results: 2 Chicago wins. They got 2 draws,
which means ties.
2 draws, 1-1 versus Bay and Gotham. The Gotham game was, I would say, an impressive performance
for sure.
So like, as much as I shit on Chicago, the Ludmila of it all, it's definitely something to like prepare for.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing with the NWSL. Like, no team is safe.
Except for KC, I guess.
Right, this year.
Yeah, and yeah, especially since they got LA Sentinor. But things we want to see. What did you want to see for this game?
Just play well and don't give up dumb goals, please.
This feels like early season.
Yeah.
Back to basics.
Back to the basics. Well, Harvey did say in her press conference that Phoebe would probably be back for Monday's game. She was in a boot, which we saw.
It was a low boot.
Pre-game, yeah, low boot. And Harvey said that this is actually the most transparent I've ever seen Laura Harvey with an injury.
I think it's probably because we all knew like we were kind of fucked without Phoebe.
Yeah.
We're not surprised seeing how
No.
we gave her Cooler Player of the Season last year.
We love her. We're her biggest fans.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so hopefully Phoebe McLaren will be back.
Yeah.
And healthy.
Yeah.
What about you?
What do I want to see? A clean sheet after that fucking shit show would be nice.
Mm-hmm.
Because those were all pretty much dumb goals. Other things I might want to see. I want to see more time with Biandola. I don't know what her fitness is. And I would. It's tough because I want to see more Me Official too, cooking in there with Montesir. That would be fun for me. I would like to see that. I don't know. I would think that Harvey doesn't want the young players to think that last week's performance means that they're ousted from their chances. So I'm not sure that the players I want to see start will get the start if it's related to their fitness. Especially since we're playing Chicago, maybe this is a good chance to kind of help them kind of wipe that slate clean from last week. But at the same time, I want to put this game away earlier.
Yeah, that's why I want to see what I was talking about earlier, where just go out with your best lineup.
Yes. Yeah, let's not fuck around.
No.
Please don't.
We do not have the leeway to do that at this point.
Yeah.
For my own sanity and for playoffs.
Yeah. I'm sorry for all the swearing. I'm just really angry.
As am I.
This isn't a kid's show. Well, it could be if you let your kids be badasses. Nothing funnier than swearing children.
All right.
Yeah, I think we're gonna wrap this up. Let's keep it nice and tight. I don't know how short this one's gonna be. Any shout outs?
Yeah, so yesterday was my cat Van Jr.'s 14th adoption anniversary.
Nice.
14 years.
Nice.
Best little man.
Mm-hmm.
I love him.
Mm-hmm.
You got any shout outs?
My good pal Jeff. Do you think Jeff listens to this? I have no idea. But Jeff I met from I'm not even sure who he works for.
He works for Post.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so Jeff, I met him in the press box in Portland, and he's big into D&D. And as everyone knows, I'm really into D&D now. So it was funny because Van was like, yeah, there's going to be this guy there. He's at all the rain games, but he doesn't really talk a whole lot. But I think he has a D&D company or something, is what you said. And then I walked in and Jeff's wearing like the shirt for the big D&D podcast. And I was just like, oh, hey, nice shirt. And I mean, he was just talking like we were having a great chat. For a guy who never really talks much to everybody else, we were having a great chat about D&D. So I think D&D was is really where he shines with conversation, because there is a lot to talk about with it. So I'm eager to talk to him again at some point, hopefully this year. And hopefully he gives you those DM cards for me.
Yeah.
I did follow him
there on Monday.
Did follow him on Instagram. My good pal Jeff. We're just gonna nerd it up some more.
Nice.
Anyways, yeah, I think that's pretty much all the shout outs I got. I think that's gonna pretty much do it for this episode. Sorry it was a bummer. Sorry the rain were not good. That sucked. Hopefully that doesn't happen again this season.
Hopefully we can do a dub pod next week.
Please. Yeah, please. I also think we're just a heads up to some folks. I think we're going to be switching our recording days on some weeks just because of my D&D game. So it might come out like a day later than maybe people are used to. Not that this one wasn't late for other reasons, we're unrelated, but shit happens. We're not full-time podcasters. So thanks again to our sponsor, the Doctor's Office. Go follow us on Bluesky and Instagram at Cooler Guild Pod.
You can send us an email. We love an email at thecoolerguild@gmail.com. You can also visit our main page, sounderheart.com/thecoolerguild.
And we're on YouTube. Last episode, that was a fun one. That one's I don't know if this one will be up there. This was really fucking shitty. But go to youtube.com/@thecoolerguild. Follow us there. Subscribe so you can get the latest on those video episodes there when we put them up. And also wherever you're listening, go rate. Oh yeah, should we have brought up the rating that we got?
Oh yeah.
I mean, we're not going to address it today because we've already gone on longer. But Van had a really funny way. I love when people leave us a review and then criticize us or like are confused about something or like have something maybe not as positive to say as it could be. Like maybe it starts positive and then it goes into like, well, actually, or something like that. I love those. I love those 5-star reviews.
I know, they're the best because I'm like, ooh, 5 stars, and then it's like, I don't understand this, and I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah, makes me laugh. You got do you have it up?
I can pull it up real quick.
Okay.
It was on Apple, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is actually from 2 months ago from an account called Fresh Undies. Love it. 5 stars. I'm not a soccer fan, but maybe starting to be. Anyway, I enjoy the commentary, learn some things, and continue to be mystified by the Portland hate. I'll keep listening to see if they ever explain themselves.
Like, I feel like this means we shouldn't ever explain ourselves, so that they keep listening. I
feel like once you let me know, once you do become a soccer fan and hopefully a Reign fan, let me know when you start to hate Portland, because it will happen.
Yeah, I mean,
and if you don't hate them after last weekend, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, and also like the Reign and the NWSL like hype it up about how this is like the strongest rivalry in the entire league. And you can go watch Jess Fishlock and Megan Rapinoe and whoever else just shit on Portland at any opportunity they can in this rivalry. So
there's a lot of history behind it.
Yeah, and I could go into why I have strong negative feelings about the city of Portland, but that's not what this podcast is going to be for. So if you want to ask me in a bar about that, go for it. But I'm just going to leave it there for the week. Till next time, I'm Coop.
I'm Van.
Stay cool, y'all.
Stay cool, y'all.